Hello, this is Robert Plenick, the owner of Brutal Iron Gym. I'm actually beside the camera. Hello, hello. So what you see here is our leg press. Recently we've been asked about what angle the seat should be at, the backrest. So let's talk about that today. Let's zoom around this way. So the options, sorry if you get motion sickness here, the options for the backrest, you can see there's 6 holes actually showing. And we can pull this pin down here and lower the backrest down if we want. So what this represents is its highest angle. Now, is that good, bad? Where should we be? So what we're going to look at is it's kind of individual basis. At this highest angle, what I would find with my body size is if I were to get into the leg press and get my feet up on the platform, and what I'd find is it's kind of smushed in here. So get my feet up there. And what I'll find is with that backrest so high, I'm already very far forward into the lift. So as I would want to lower the platform, there's not really a lot of range of motion. So very short range of motion. I can't go any lower because my upper leg bone is hitting into my torso. So for a larger frame, body frame, this would not be a great option. And I even have a wide position. So let's say I wanted to have my feet more hip width to work on my quads. Well, there's really no range of motion. Now, if I go to the lower part of the platform, that does give me more range of motion, but it's still actually pretty limited. Now, why they're on the top and the bottom is if you're on the bottom, it creates more knee bend rather than hip bend. So you're actually going to have more work of the quadriceps and the musculature by the knee. If I have my feet on the top part of the plate, you can see now at the bottom, there's far less of a knee bend. It's much more of a hip bend. So I'm going to get more hamstrings, more glutes, more adductors, more of my hip-based musculature. So this option, for me, would not be very good. A big frame person having the backrest all the way up really limits my range of motion. But if you're a smaller frame person, this actually might be the better option for you. The benefit of having the backrest high, if you're a smaller frame person, is if the backrest is all the way down, which we'll show in a second, the weight can actually almost like scoot you up off the back. So let's adjust that and we'll talk about the pros and cons. So I'd come over here, I'll pull the pin, drop this all the way down. You can see now it's an extreme difference. Now, in this position, I have much more range of motion. You can see how much easier it is to get into place. I can have my feet on the top part and I have much bigger pathway to move. So very awesome, great benefit for a bigger frame person. Even on that bottom portion now, I can move like a mile. So this will be pretty humbling, but it gets really big range of motion. The downside is I can feel like the weight is going to scooch me up off the backrest. So if you're a smaller frame person with lighter body weight, you're going to feel that it's almost sliding up. Now there are handles on the machine. You can grab and pull yourself in so that way you can brace yourself. And I recommend you do that. But why fight a battle that maybe doesn't need to be fought? So an option we have is putting the backrest somewhere in the middle. So if we go back to looking at the holes that we have available to us, you can see that on this bar now there's no holes visible whatsoever because I lowered it all the way down. Now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and bump it kind of midway. We have a total possible of 6 holes showing, so I'm going to put it where only 3 holes are showing. So that gives me roughly halfway. And you can see there 3 holes are showing now. Okay. So what this does is it gives me a mixture. I have a mix of range of motion and a mix of feeling supported, where I won't scoot off the backrest. So I can still get my feet up here pretty easily. I can still have a pretty big range of motion. But now that the backrest is a little bit higher, I feel much more secure. So those are kind of the options we have. Is if it's all the way up, that might be best for people in a small frame. If it's all the way down, that might be best for people of a larger frame. If you want a little bit of the middle, put it in the middle. So that is some options for how the backrest of the leg press works. For most people, I would say use 3-hole showing. Really large frame people, try to go lower. Smaller frame people, try to go higher. Okay, thanks for the question. If anybody else ever wants to submit a question, you can do so through our email at brutalirongym@gmail.com or on Instagram. Just search for us by Brutal Iron Gym. Submit your questions, we'll be happy to make videos. Okay, thank you for watching.